afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's very we're glad to have you here. I'm sure we all know why we're here and who we're here with. We're here with the Consular General of the American Embassy to Nigeria, Mr. Will Stevens, who's right here to my left. And of course, we have people who also are here with him on his delegation. We welcome you very much. We also have somebody to my right, I think many of you will be familiar with, Mr. Onukwe, who we're also delighted to have with us here today. Okay, I think we spoke earlier just by way of very few remarks before I invite Will to make some comments as well, as to just the history of the relationship that our nation has with the United States of America. And also particularly when we think about the capital markets, there's been a lot of the growth that we have experienced in our markets. A lot of it also has been driven whether by best practices out of US markets or even capital flows from US investors into our nation. Many of our listed corporates also have American origins, and on the story goes. So we're delighted to have him here at the exchange. And we certainly look forward to the opportunity to leverage more on that as we proceed. Let me pause. Let's take a few remarks from you before we bring the market to a close.
Thank you. It's an honor and a real excitement for me to be here with you today. The work you do here at the exchange in creating transparency for Nigeria's companies and accessibility for them to both your Nigerian investors but to international investors as well is incredibly commendable. It's something that opens your markets to the world and demonstrates the excellence that is here in this center of excellence in Lagos, but in Nigeria as well. And I commend you for that and for your commitment through what has been a very difficult few years to this great work, and I'm looking forward to doing everything I can to increase trade between our two nations and increase investment from the United States here and your investment in the United States, because I believe deeply that trade and investment is the thing that will be the foundation for our continued partnership, be it in technology or entertainment or more traditional industries or even education. That trade and investment is often what facilitates it and makes it happen, and it only happens because of you. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, when we spoke upstairs, we discussed how the New York Stock Exchange is $24.1 trillion market cap. Our Nigerian market is 0.1 trillion, which is about $100 billion. And he has promised to double that for us before the end of this year.
So I can invest it now.
The incidents of 2005, 2006, and 2007, when we had the privilege of traveling so very often to the US, and engagements we had are the results of those engagements. And so, given his commitment to support this market, and his commitment to help in developing the market, we have a great opportunity as market participants to take advantage of that. And I've assured him that we are ready and able to deliver. So we want to welcome them and the opportunity of engaging again with the US market and through the embassy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Doyen, we have 1 minute if you want to also make some remarks, or you want to wait till after the bell. Okay. Normally, once the Doyen speaks, then nobody speaks again. But I think as Mr. Onukwe spoke, I was reminded of a word he used upstairs, but we didn't have a chance to discuss in detail. There's one word, starts with a V, visas. And I'm sure you heard so much about that, but indeed our community ever so often do have relationships, want to forge relationships, deepen relationships. We spoke about that trip in 2007 that was extremely helpful for the community. I'm sure that as the opportunity comes, we might have to approach you on behalf of the community, and we want to trust that we can count on the support for things of that nature. But overall, I think, again, want to really thank you for your time with us today. The US and this strategic relationship is something that we think can really help us, not just our markets, but our nation as a whole. And as the exchange, we're committed to doing everything we can to facilitate that. Okay, so we have about 20 seconds to the close of the market. I invite you to please pick that. Excellent. Thank you so very much, Mr. Stevens, for doing that for us.